Hey, Pastor Steve here, and I believe that I have a word from the Lord for you today, and that word is be hospitable. The Lord wants us to take our lives and He wants us to change them. He wants us to go out and start focusing on others rather than focusing on ourselves. Have you noticed that a lot of people, their ulterior motives are always about themselves? Everything they do is for themselves. It's for promotion, it's for self-adulation, it's all these other kinds of things, and yet God didn't create us to be like that. That's why it feels so unnatural, and yet when we fall into this trap, we end up focusing on ourselves and we don't end up doing what it is that God created us to do, and that's love others and to encourage them. Look, Philippians chapter 2, Paul writes to the church this. He says, don't be selfish, don't try to impress others, be humble, thinking of others as better than yourself. Don't look out only for your own interest, but take an interest in others too. You know, he uses Jesus Christ as an example in the very next verse. So if Christ is our example, then we should have the same mind as he did, right? We should be focused on the lives of other people. When you do that, you're going to see that everything that you're hoping for is going to come to pass. Check this out. Recently, Dobo Sweeney won the national championship as the coach of Clemson University. They asked him, what is the source of your joy? Because he was so happy about everything. And they were expecting him to say something, physical, something, oh, I did this for myself or something like that. He said, no, you know what? This has been my focus for the last year. And over the last year, I've been focusing on Jesus Christ, I've been focusing on others, and then I've been focusing on myself. In that order, you can see that he has this joy, and he said it on national TV. Check out this interview.
Well, that's been my word all year, and I just tried to be intentional with that. And for me personally, joy comes from focusing on Jesus, others, and yourself. And man, I mean, very few people. There's so many great coaches that are so deserving of a moment like this that never get the chance to experience it, and to get to do it once and now to get to do it again. It's a blessing, and it's just simply the grace of the good Lord to allow us to experience something like this.
That's pretty something, isn't it? If you take a look at Romans 12:3, we see more of the same line of what Paul was telling us. Because of the privilege and authority God has given me, I give each of you this warning. Don't think you're better than you really are. Be honest in your evaluation of yourselves, measuring yourselves by the faith God has given us. The faith that God has given us is the same measure for every single one of us. If you read it in the King James Version, that's how it reads. And if we understand that, and if we measure ourselves by this same yardstick, then guess what? We all measure the same yard. We have all the same faith that God has given to us. I'm not any better than you are. You're not any better than I am. And if I can focus on those things, then I know that I can be successful. Later on in this same chapter, Paul writes this: when God's people are needed, be ready to help them. Always be eager to practice hospitality. He was using his host as an example. He was staying at the home of Gaius. Gaius is mentioned by the Apostle John in this. This is 3 John 2. Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health just as your soul prospers. What was it that was causing Gaius' soul to prosper? Well, it was being hospitable. You see this in Romans 16:23. Paul writes this: Gaius says hello to you. He is my host and also serves as a host to the whole church. Gaius was showing this hospitality that God wants us to show others. Gaius didn't care about others, and yet the result was that his soul was prospering just the same way that John was hoping that his body would as well. Based on these things, this is the word that I believe that the Lord has given to me for you today. I want you to start focusing on the needs of others rather than selfishly on your own needs. This is the only way that you'll be able to share my love. No one has ever been able to do this leaning on himself. Well, I think that that's a good word for all of us, isn't it? Start focusing on others and stop on yourself. You're more than welcome to share this on Facebook if you like it. You're more than welcome to even go to our YouTube channel and subscribe there. You'll be able to see all of our channels, and you'll get notifications when our new video comes out. You can even go to awfg.today. You can download all of our resources. You can see all of our previous videos, and you can even sign up for email notices. Well, God bless you, and I hope to hear from each and every